Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Journey podcast. I'm Tony, your host, and today we're going to explore a topic that is simple in idea but powerful in practice: minimalism. Now, when you hear the word minimalism, what comes to your mind? Maybe you picture an empty white room with no furniture, or a person living with just two shirts and a laptop. But minimalism is much more than that. It's not just about throwing things away. It's about making space for what truly matters in your home, in your schedule, and even in your mind.
Think about this. Most of us are surrounded by so many things. Clothes we don't wear, gadgets we don't use, apps we don't need, and sometimes even commitments we don't enjoy. And all of these things, little by little, add stress and noise to our lives. Minimalism is about removing the unnecessary so we can focus on the essential.
So here's the big question for today. Does having less really mean living more? To help us explore this question, Tom and Emily will share their own experiences. Tom will tell us about struggling with clutter and distractions, while Emily will talk about how minimalism helped her gain clarity and balance. Through their conversation, you'll hear natural English expressions, practical life lessons, and plenty of useful vocabulary you can use in your own life. By the end of this episode, you'll not only improve your English listening and speaking, but also reflect on how to simplify your life for more focus, freedom, and happiness. Let's join Tom and Emily in today's conversation about minimalism. Hey, Emily, you know what? I think I need help. My apartment feels like a storage unit. I've got clothes piled up, books everywhere, and don't even ask about my desk.
Sounds stressful. Do you feel overwhelmed when you look at all that stuff?
Absolutely. It's like the more things I own, the less space I have to breathe. And the funny thing is, I don't even use half of it.
That's exactly how I felt before I discovered minimalism.
Minimalism? You mean living with just one chair and no TV?
That's the stereotype. But no, minimalism isn't about living with nothing. It's about choosing intentionally. It means asking yourself, do I really need this? Does it add value to my life?
So it's not just about stuff.
Exactly. It's also about how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and what you give your energy to.
Interesting. But let's start with the stuff. Did you actually throw a lot away?
Yes, I started by decluttering my closet. I used to have clothes I hadn't worn in years, but I kept them just in case. One day I asked myself, if I haven't worn this in 2 years, will I really wear it in the future? The answer was no, so I donated them.
That must have been hard.
It was, at first. Some items had emotional attachment, like gifts or old souvenirs. But I realized the memory is in me, not in the object. Letting go felt freeing.
I should try that. Every morning, I spent 10 minutes just deciding what to wear. Maybe with fewer clothes, life would be easier.
Exactly. Fewer choices, less stress. That's called decision fatigue. Minimalism helps reduce it.
So what are the benefits besides saving space?
Oh, many. First, mental clarity. When your environment is clean and simple, your mind feels lighter. Second, you save money because you stop buying unnecessary things. And third, you gain focus. With fewer distractions, you can pay attention to what truly matters.
That makes sense. I waste time scrolling through apps I don't use or moving things I don't need. Maybe minimalism isn't just about decluttering closets, but also decluttering my mind.
Yes, there's even something called digital minimalism. It means reducing digital clutter, like turning off unnecessary notifications, deleting apps you don't use, and spending less time on social media.
I should definitely try that. Yesterday, I got distracted by 20 notifications while trying to finish a report.
Exactly. When you remove distractions, you get more done and feel calmer.
That makes sense. I waste time scrolling through apps I don't use or moving things I don't need. Maybe minimalism isn't just about decluttering closets, but also decluttering my mind.
Yes, there's even something called digital minimalism. It means reducing digital clutter, like turning off unnecessary notifications, deleting apps you don't use, and spending less time on social media.
I should definitely try that. Yesterday, I got distracted by 20 notifications while trying to finish a report.
Exactly. When you remove distractions, you get more done and feel calmer.
But here's my worry. Isn't it hard to be minimalist in a world that tells us to buy more, do more, and have more?
It can be. Consumerism is everywhere. Ads, sales, influencers showing off stuff. But minimalism isn't about rejecting everything. It's about choosing consciously. It's about saying, I don't need 10 gadgets. I just need the one that works best.
That sounds empowering. But what about things with memories, like old photos, gifts, or souvenirs?
That's the hardest part. For me, it was painful. For me, it was books. I had a huge collection, and I loved them. But I realized I only reread a few. So I donated most and kept the ones that really mattered. At first, it was painful, but then I felt lighter.
So, minimalism is not about loss, but about freedom.
Exactly. It's about making space for what matters, whether that's experiences, relationships, or goals.
You know, I once read that clutter is postponed decisions. It really hit me. My messy desk is basically a pile of decisions I haven't made.
That's a powerful way to put it. Decluttering is actually about taking control.
Okay, so let me ask you, what's your minimalist routine like?
Well, I try to keep only the essentials. I say no to things I don't need. I also practice time minimalism. Instead of filling my schedule with endless tasks, I leave space to rest and recharge.
I like that. I always say yes to everything, and then I feel burned out. Maybe saying no is part of minimalism.
Yes, saying no to what doesn't matter means saying yes to what does.
So, in short, minimalism gives clarity, focus, and freedom.
Exactly. It's not about living with less, it's about living with more meaning.
I think I'm ready to try. Tonight, I'll start with my desk. If I can see the surface again, I'll call it a win.
That's a great first step. Start small and you'll feel the difference.
Thanks, Emily. Maybe minimalism is exactly what I need.
Anytime, Tom. Let's keep each other accountable.
That was such a refreshing conversation, and here are the key lessons. 1. Minimalism isn't about owning nothing, it's about living intentionally. 2. The benefits are clear: more focus, mental clarity, and financial freedom. 3. The challenge is emotional attachment and social pressure, but the reward is a lighter, freer life. Remember, minimalism starts with small steps. Declutter a drawer, say no to one unnecessary task, or delete one distracting app. Little by little, you'll create space for what truly matters.
All right, Emily, let's go over some useful words. First up, declutter. That means to remove unnecessary items from your space. For example, I decluttered my closet and donated half my clothes.
Next is distraction. That's something that pulls your attention away. For instance, notifications are my biggest distraction while working.
Now, let's talk about mental clarity. That means having a clear and focused mind. Like this, minimalism gives me mental clarity when I study.
Another key phrase is intentional living. That means living on purpose, choosing carefully. For example, minimalism is all about intentional living.
Here's consumerism. That means the culture of buying and owning more. Like this, minimalism is a reaction against consumerism.
Another one is emotional attachment. That's when you keep things because of feelings. For instance, I couldn't throw away the gift because of emotional attachment.
Next up, essentials. That means the most necessary items. Like this, I only keep the essentials on my desk.
Here's priorities. That means the most important things. For example, minimalism helps me focus on my priorities.
Now, materialism. That's when people value possessions more than experiences. Like this, minimalism challenges materialism.
Another phrase is lifestyle choice. That means a decision about how you live. For instance, minimalism is a lifestyle choice, not a rule.
Here's simplify. That means make things easier or less complicated. Like this, I simplified my schedule to reduce stress.
Another word is financial freedom. That means not being controlled by money worries. For example, minimalism can help you reach financial freedom.
Now let's talk about conscious decision. That means making choices with awareness. Like this, buying less is a conscious decision.
Here's digital minimalism. That means reducing online distractions. For instance, I practice digital minimalism by deleting unused apps.
Next, overwhelm. That means feeling stressed by too much. Like this, too many possessions gave me a sense of overwhelm.
Another word is sustainability. That means living in a way that protects the planet. For example, minimalism supports sustainability by reducing waste.
Here's waste less. That means not throwing away resources. Like this, minimalists try to waste less food and money.
Next up is mindful spending. That means thinking carefully before buying. For instance, I save money by practicing mindful spending.
Another word is clutter. That means messy, unnecessary stuff. Like this, my desk was full of clutter before I cleaned it.
Finally, value over quantity. That means choosing quality instead of more things. For example, minimalists focus on value over quantity.
Perfect. These words will help you talk about minimalism and daily life in English.
And that's it for today's episode of the English Journey podcast. We explored minimalism, listened to Tom and Emily's stories, and learned powerful new vocabulary. Remember, you don't need to change everything overnight. Start small, be intentional, and focus on value. Minimalism is not about living with less, it's about living with more meaning. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, try using today's vocabulary in your own conversations. See you next time on the English Journey podcast.